Hey, I'm gonna go over a couple things that I've done today and a couple of days ago. It's really not a whole lot, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I did and probably go over just a couple more things in the engine bay that I'll be doing. So here we go. So I finished the mounting bracket for the radiator today. I had to move it farther from the manifold, so I made this piece right here. It was originally bolted to here, but this extended it out a few inches because it was touching the manifold originally, and then also I wouldn't have been able to make these vacuum lines if I didn't extend it outward. I did the fuel line to the fuel rail a couple days ago with the help of my brother, and these lines are for some reason really hard to get into these fittings for whatever reason, a lot harder than the vibrant fittings. But this piece right here is going to be as a disconnect too. I still have to cut the return line for this piece here, because this one will be a quick disconnect also, just down there after I get the measurement right and cut it and put it together. Besides that, the fuel line's pretty much done, except the routing spot for underneath the car is really bad. I have to figure out how I'm going to get it in a better spot, because the way it's just under there now, if I hit any like really large bump, the ground will hit it. The radiator hose, or the radiator fittings that I'm gonna have to do, I have to get this filler neck cut so I can get a tight 90-degree bend welded on, and then the bung welded so I can just use a straight fitting instead of a 90-degree fitting, because I want this to just face this way, because if I get a 90, the fitting will hit my intake piping and that won't work. So I need to get that welded, and then also just buy the fittings and the lines for the radiator, and then I can get that all hooked up. Oh, besides the mounts that I made today, I'm gonna make another mount for this spot here to where it'll just do a single bolt on right there for the radiator. It's sturdy right now, but I want it to be definite sturdy because I don't want to take any chances of this falling off somehow. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more weight on this thing whenever I put the fluid in there. Other than that, that's what's going on with the radiator. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the catch can. Probably going to do a Radium Engineering catch can and maybe route it and mount it down there near where the overflow tank's going to be for the radiator. I'm also going to do a hard line for the overflow tank too. It's going to be the same lines as I'm using for the vacuum lines. And if you guys know of any companies that do pre-made downpipes, which I doubt any of them do, I need one for this, but I'm sure most all of them are custom made. And I just want to do a clean 3-inch pipe all the way back to the muffler, if I can do that. That's pretty much all I got going on right now. I was going to try to see if I could wire my fuel pump to the OEM plug inside, but I can't. Well, I can wire it, but my battery is dead, so that's not going to happen today. Because what I'm going to do with this one here is hook it up to the ignition switch, so it'll power on whenever I turn the key, and then to feed the engine I'll have one of these hooked up to the switch. And I don't know if I can somehow get it to where one turns on like automatically if I start making more power, which I doubt I'll need even two, because if I switch my fuels to my fuel to E85, the most I even want to make is maybe 600 at the most. I mean, what I have now is already pretty much too much. Oh, one more thing I'll go over is the block mount for where the air conditioner used to be. This piece, this mount right here does not line up with the holes. So I'm going to have to get a couple bushings from the hardware store, some metal bushings that'll line up with the holes. Just take this aluminum piece off, but keep the metal bushing on there that's inside, and weld the bushings that are bolted on to this metal bushing, because this I cannot bolt this on, it's just not aligned correctly. If you guys are wondering, this is the air conditioner compressor mount. I just ground off everything that was on there with a grinder and flattened it out and painted it, if you're wondering how that works. So I still got to do that, which I may go up to the hardware store today and get something. We'll see. Suspension. That's mostly what I got going on here in the near future. I want to get this thing running so bad, but all these little things are kind of holding me up. And I still need to get my intercooler piping adjusted, because the way that it fits on, it's not going to work. If I can put it on at all, let's see. This is going to be vibrant for performance V-band. I'm not going to have it this way. I want a V-band clamp on there. This is what I meant about the 90. If I put one on there, it's not going to fit. So when the piping that I bought originally was originally for a ram horn. So when this goes down, it wraps around here, but it kind of stops right here. So the radiator is going to be in the way. So I'll have to get that welded and extended. And I want to do V-bands for the intercooler also, if I can. So all these little things are just kind of stopping me, because I can't do aluminum welding because I don't have an aluminum welder. That's pretty much mostly it. I might make a video after I make that mount, possibly, for another update if I make it anytime soon. Other than that, I don't have too much going on with it, so I don't know if I'm going to make a video in the next week. If you guys want to see videos about anything specific, let me know and I can do it, because I'm kind of just talking about random stuff now. I can go over the gauges if you want, or how I made the fuel cell mounting bracket if you want to do that. Just let me know if you comment if you want to know about anything else. Thanks for watching.